Thanks so much, Angela. Hi, everyone. My name is Victoria, for those who I haven't met yet. And today I'm going to guide us through a little relax and unwind session to stretch our bodies a bit, calm our nervous system, and move through a few different kind of techniques and modalities. So it will be a little more workshop-y based and a relaxed, informal kind of session. There will be a few props that you'll need, I think was in the event description, but just to go over them again, a chair, or you could do this sitting at the edge of your bed or a couch as well. I would suggest, if possible, that as long as your feet can stay grounded, that would be ideal. So a chair. You'll need a strap or something similar. So if you don't have a strap, you can use a scarf or a long towel. So any of those items, if you need to grab, that would be great. And then a couple or a few, as many as you like, cushions and pillows. I always love to have around just to give some extra support. So again, just anything you already happen to have around the house. You can also grab a blanket or again, a towel that you fold up if you need some extra padding. So as I mentioned, it'll be pretty casual. I think we're not in a studio environment, so feel free to get cozy, feel free to grab water and move around. You can have your camera off, that's no problem at all. And as we move through, I will offer different options, and it's important that you listen to your body and do what's comfortable for you, do what feels good. If you know what works for your body and you want to do something completely different, that's completely fine as well. The goal of this sort of 45 minutes to an hour together is to really ground ourselves and take a moment to check in with ourselves, our bodies, and kind of tap more into sensation as opposed to creating shapes with our bodies. Okay, so to get started, we will start in a comfortable seated position. So again, this can be in a chair, keeping the feet planted down, or you can sit on the ground, you can sit on a cushion. Sometimes that helps to create a little more space in the hips. So just taking a moment to find your position. And when you arrive, just make any adjustments, any wiggles, and eventually coming to a little bit of stillness, lengthening through both sides of your waist, grounding down through your seat, and crown of the head reaching up, growing tall. And soften the shoulders away from your ears. And if it's comfortable, you can close down your eyes or lower the gaze or soften the gaze. And just take a moment to arrive. Start to notice any sounds, either coming from me, this recording, or any sounds in your environment, nearby or far away. Notice the temperature of the room, how it feels against your skin. Notice the quality of the light. If your eyes are closed, what that feels like behind your eyelids. Start to notice the points of contact that your body is making with the ground or the surface beneath you. Your feet, your legs, your hips. And then start to turn your attention towards your breath. Just noticing and tracing its path in and out through your nose. And if your eyes are closed, we can slowly bat them open, coming back into the room and moving through some gentle breath exercises or just breath awareness. So let's start by placing one of our hands on our upper abdomen, just on your belly. And then breathing in and out through your nose, try to breathe into the belly against your hand. And just feeling the hand rise and fall with each breath. Again, if it helps, you can close down your eyes or lower the gaze just to tune in deeper. Just noticing the belly expand as you inhale and belly pulling in as you exhale completely. Take one more cycle of breath here. And then next, let's bring both our hands to the side of our ribs. So your thumbs can even kind of come behind as you hold onto your ribs. And this time think about breathing into the sides. Just feeling the hands expand and contract. And you think about also breathing into the back against your thumb. Just finding a sort of 360 degrees breathing. Take one more cycle here. Then we'll release. Come back to bringing one hand on your stomach and the other on your heart or your chest. And this time, breathing into both hands, feeling the belly and the chest rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. And as we sit here, think about equalizing your inhales and exhales. So to whatever count is most comfortable. Sometimes I like to start with just a 4 count. Just mentally counting your inhale and your exhale. Evening out the breath. Checking that your shoulders haven't tensed up, keeping your face and your jaw relaxed. One more cycle here. And then we can come out of our count, release the hands, and take a moment to just notice how your body's feeling, how the breath is feeling now without any manipulation, just letting it come back to your natural rhythm. And if your eyes have been closed, we can lightly bat them open. So our next sort of exercises, we're going to move to some facial acupressure. So if you've been sitting a bit and you need to move around, feel free to move into a chair off the floor. You can also do this next part standing or walking around. Again, just feel free to be what's most comfortable. I'll move a little bit closer. So acupressure comes from traditional Chinese medicine, and similar to acupuncture, it makes use of pressure points all around our body that link to what are called meridian channels or energy channels that are meant to help with various processes in the body. So this little sequence I learned as a child in Hong Kong. And yeah, I'll share it with you. So the first one, we will take our thumbs and place them on the inner ends of our eyebrows here. And then the rest of the fingers can just rest on the top of your head, just as a support. So thumbs at the eyebrows, and start to draw circles, kind of going in opposite directions. And in acupressure, we want to find a gentle but firm pressure. And since you're the one controlling this, it is very safe, and you can go a little deeper or a little lighter, depending on what feels good. And so once you've found the spot, maybe again closing down the eyes to tap into the sensation, and just drawing some circles here. And then we'll release here. The next one, we are taking either hand, the thumb and index finger. And the position of this one is on the bridge of the nose, so not pinching your nostrils, because you won't be able to breathe, but just above the bridge of the nose here. And again, kind of finding some circles here for a gentle sort of pinching circular motion. And again, just tapping into the sensation, drawing circles. Take a few more rounds here, and we'll release. The next one is taking our 2 index fingers and finding in line with our nose and sort of coming down center from our pupils. You're finding the point where there's a depression from your cheekbones. So another way to find this that works on my face is if I take both my index and middle fingers and place them by the side of my nose and then remove my middle fingers, then that kind of gives me the right spot. But basically finding your cheekbones and then just below that where they depress. And once you find the spot here, you can hold onto your chin for a little support, and then again finding these opposite circling motions. Remember to continue breathing. You can hold a lot of tension in our facial muscles and also a lot of strain with our eyes in terms of looking at screens all day. So these exercises are meant to just kind of relax the tiny muscles and move the circulation around a bit. We can release here. And then the last one, taking both our thumbs to our temples. So we're not pressing too hard here. This is actually more of a support. So be gentle as it's a sensitive spot. And then from here, we are using our index fingers and starting sort of at the inside of the eyebrows and following the line of the eyebrows, we kind of draw outwards, kind of like windshield wiping. And then coming back in and drawing down below. So just moving in between, drawing these arches above and below our eye sockets. Do one more on either side, and we can release. So that was our little facial acupressure. Hope your skin is feeling nice and smooth and glowy. Take a moment to grab some water if you need, or move around the space again. And we will meet in our chairs. Make sure you have your strap nearby and your cushions and pillows nearby, just to have them close. So once we're in our chairs here, again, grounding into our feet, toes are pointing forward, knees are bent at around 90 degrees over the ankles, and finding a tall spine. So you might have to come to sit a little more on the edge. We're not slouching back. Finding a tall spine and grounding into the floor. From here, we'll inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, bring the left hand over to the right thigh. Right arm reaches to the back of your chair, finding your twist. So finding some deep breaths here. Inhaling to lengthen the spine. And exhale, maybe exploring your twist a bit more. Maybe the head looks over that back shoulder. Inhale, reach both arms back to center. And exhale, twisting to the other side. So the right arm comes to the opposite knee. Left hand reaches back, using the back of your chair for support. Once you're here, again, deep breaths. Inhale, reach both arms back to center. And exhale, bring the hands to your knees. And holding onto the knees, we'll find some seated cat-cows. So inhale, pull the chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you look up. Exhale, start to tuck the chin, round the spine, finding a C curve. Inhale, pull the chest forward, look up. Exhale, round the spine. So keep going here at your own pace. I forgot to turn on my music, so I will do that now. And continue syncing your breath to your movement. So inhaling as you arch the spine. And exhaling as you contract and round. Take one more round here. And we'll all meet back at center, sitting with a neutral spine. Start to nod your head up and down slowly, so looking up, and then looking down, tucking chin to the chest. Just finding some gentle movement in the neck here. If you can stay with these movements here, or option to interlace the fingers behind your head, elbows out to the side, and then gently press the head into your hands as you look up. And as you look down, bring chin to chest and elbows in towards each other. Just gently adding some weight without any pulling or yanking. So again, inhaling as you look up, exhale to curl down. One more round here. And then we can release. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder, finding a stretch in the side of the neck. Option to stay here, or if you want to deepen the stretch, you can reach the left arm out to the side, palm faces forward. You can stay here. If you want to deepen a bit more, the right hand can come to rest gently on the side of the head. So again, no pulling or yanking, just using the natural weight of your hand. And if this is too intense, again, you can always squeeze and just come back to outstretched hand, or even just once we're here, deep breaths again, in and out through the nose. Your next inhale, come back to center. And then exhale as we move to the other side, left ear to the left shoulder. Maybe just starting here, holding it. And think about pointing this right shoulder down and away as well. Then option to reach the right arm out to the side. Palm faces forward. And option to bring the left hand to rest on the side of the head. Deep breaths. Keep your jaw relaxed. And then coming back to center. Just bring the hands into fists, thumbs on the outside, and then start to circle the wrists. Going in one direction, and then reversing your circling. Keeping your fists as they are, reach the arms out to the side. And then from here, we are going to tip our fists down, almost as if we're pouring from a jug. So it won't be a huge movement, and we're not moving the arms or the elbows. We're just tilting the fists point down. So either finding movement here or maybe feeling the stretch in stillness. Keeping the shoulders soft and away from the ears. Shake the hands out. And then bringing them back into fists, this time with the thumbs on the inside. And then bringing the arms out to the side again and finding that same jug pouring action. Tilting the fists down. Shake out. And bring the hands to the top of your shoulders and finding some big shoulder circles. So bring the elbows in together and then up and out. In together, up and out, and around. So 3 more circles in this direction. And then reversing the circle, so elbows come out and away, up and around, and down together again. Three more circles here. And we'll release. Bring the arms out to the side again. And then cross the right arm on top of the left. And from here, you can give yourself a hug. And then reach your arms out wide again. As you inhale, exhale, cross the left arm on top of the right. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, reach both arms out to the side. Exhale, right arm crosses over the left and holding on to your shoulders, staying here or finding your eagle arms. So continuing to wrap the arms, either back of the hands coming to meet or maybe front of the palms coming to meet. And once you find your position here, inhale to slowly raise the elbows and exhale to lower. So if you're holding onto your shoulders, it's the same thing. Elbows reach up a bit and lower. Inhaling as you lift them up, exhaling as you lower. Take one more. Inhale, exhale, and then unwind the arms, stretch them wide, and move to the other side. So left arm crosses on top of the right this time, and either holding onto opposite shoulders or wrapping your forearms for the hands to meet. And then again, inhaling as you lift the elbows up, exhale to lower. Keep going here. And if your arms are wrapped, think about sending your hands away from your face slightly and just see if that changes the sensation in any way. And take one more cycle of breath. And we'll unravel, reach the arms out to the side, and release. Let's extend both our legs long in front of us. And you can keep a small bend in the knees if that feels better. We'll inhale to reach up, and exhale, forward fold. So here, if you have your pillows, you might place them underneath your chest and torso for some extra support. That might feel nice. And as we drape over our legs, allow your head to be heavy. And think about breathing into your back. We'll slowly walk the hands up, back to a seated upright position. And we can set the pillow aside if you've used it. And let's pick up our right knee and hug it in towards our chest. And while we're here, we can circle that ankle or flex and point, just finding some movements here. Making sure you circle in both directions. And then we'll set the foot down, move to the other side, picking up that left knee in towards the chest, feeling that compression in the hip. And then again, finding some ankle circles in both directions. And maybe flexing and pointing the feet. Then we'll set the foot down. Pick up your strap next, and we'll loop the strap around the ball of the right foot. And then start to kick that foot out in front of you. If you don't have a strap or towel or anything, you can also just do this without it. You can hold onto the back of your leg as well. With the strap, you can find some resistance. Think about pulling the foot back towards you as you kick forward. Finding deep breaths here. Notice if you've started to slouch back in any way and see if you can lift the spine back up. One more breath here. And we'll release. Moving to the other side. Looping the strap around the ball of the left foot. Holding on to both ends and then kicking forward. Finding a hamstring stretch here. And keep sending the shoulder blades down your back, softening the shoulders away from your ears. Take one more breath here. And we can release. Bring the foot back down. This time, separate the knees wide apart. The heels are turned slightly in and toes are turned out. So from here, we're in a seated goddess pose. And to start, bring the palms of your hands behind the knees. And see if you can press the knees into the hands. So again, it's not a huge movement, but just to feel what that activation is like. Adding a little bit of strength here. Inhale, exhale, palms together. One more time, circle up, inhale. Exhale, palms together, center. Bring the hands to the top of your thighs. Inhaling as we lengthen out both sides of the waist. Exhale, send that right shoulder down and forward as you press the thigh away. And maybe looking over your left shoulder. Taking deep breaths here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder forward as you push that thigh away and looking over to the right. Coming back to your breath. Inhale, back to center. And bring the feet back to hip width apart. And going through a seated half sun salutation. So inhale to reach both arms up. Exhale, fold forward, draping your torso over your legs. Inhale, rise up halfway. Hands can guide up the shins or to the thighs as you find a flat back, sending the crown of the head forward. Inhale here. Exhale to fold forward again. Release here. And then inhale, slowly roll your way back up to sitting. So that was a cycle of our half sun salutation. So we'll move through that again a little bit faster. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, melt down. Inhale, find your halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, slowly roll your way back up to sitting. Let's do that one more time, and this time an option as well to take it to a standing version. You can do it seated again, or if you want to join me in standing, I'll come to profile. So we inhale, raise both arms up. Exhale, fold forward all the way, knees can bend. Inhale, find your halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll your way up, vertebra by vertebra. Coming to standing. One more round here, either sitting or standing, your choice. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Knees can soften. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up. Arms reach up again. Bring the palms together, heart center. So coming here, we'll play a little bit with some balance. So starting in our mountain pose. Feet are hip width apart. Arms are down by your side, palms face forward. Think tall and long through the crown of the head. And allow the collarbones to be wide and the chest proud. You start to shift the weight over into your right foot. And growing light on the left toes. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right leg. So the knee turns outward. And your toe can also stay rested on the mat to find some balance. Hands can come together at heart center, relax the elbows down. And the foot can be either below or above the knee. So not directly on the knee, either above or below. So once you find your spot here, think about pressing that foot and the leg into one another. And maybe focusing on a fixed point on the floor in front of you. If you fall out, that's fine. You can come right back in. And just notice the wiggles and the shakes. And don't forget to keep breathing. One more breath here. And we can release, shake it out. We'll come to the other side. So starting once again from our base of mountain pose, finding our grounding in the feet. And again, thinking long and tall in the spine. Start to shift the weight into your left foot. Coming onto the right toes. The right foot comes to the inside of the left leg. Palms together, heart center. And one side might feel very different from the other, so you might find a different variation. Again, the foot is either below or above the standing leg's knee. And once you're there, think about pressing the sole of that foot into the standing leg and pressing back with that standing leg, finding an opposing force. Once you're here, see if you can find a little bit of ease in your breath, in your shoulders and your face. One more breath here. And release. Shake it out. And we'll come to some swaying side to side. This isn't really a yoga move, but I enjoy it. So twisting side to side here, again, not really worrying so much about what it looks like, but just coming into the sensation of moving your limbs and kind of letting them be heavy and finding some momentum. And then we'll slowly find stillness again, bit by bit, coming back to center. We will make our way to lying down now, or at least coming down onto our mat. And once you find yourself here, let's start in a seated position actually. So on our seat, bringing both soles of the feet together. And the feet can be as close or far away from your pelvis as is comfortable. The closer you bring it in, the more you'll feel that stretch in the hips. If you have cushions, sometimes it's nice to get a bit of height and sit up on a cushion or a block. So once you find yourself here, taking a moment, maybe giving yourself a little massage, kind of pressing into the mound of the big toe. And then maybe pressing into the arch of the foot. Maybe squeezing the ankles and the calves. Just finding some tactile sensations here. You can even move up towards your arms, squeezing your arms, your shoulders, your neck. And then staying in this position here, our cobbler's pose. Take one or two of your cushions and just place them between your legs and start to fold over any amount. So you might need a few more cushions here just to bring them closer to your body, and just drape over, maybe coming to rest on one side of your face. Another option you can try is spreading the arms underneath the legs. So bringing the arms under and then also folding down, relaxing. And fully relaxing the neck. So find what version works best for you, and once you're there, fully release, relax. Send your breath back, mind back. Slowly extend the legs out long and bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. And we'll slowly roll all the way down to lie on our backs. And so once we're here, if you want to come right into Shavasana, your final resting pose, feel free to do that. Otherwise, if you want to come into Happy Baby, start with bringing your knees up and just rocking here back and forth or side by side to release. bring the knees together, almost as if you're trying to pull them in towards your armpit. And again, maybe finding you can stay here or happy baby. Reach your hands in between your legs and start to send the feet up towards the ceiling, holding on to the ankles or the toe or to the outside. And think about sending the knees down towards your shoulders, feet up to the sky, tailbone reaching away from you. Make sure the shoulders stay relaxed, sinking towards the floor. Again, finding some rocking motions here, or maybe some stillness. We can release out of happy baby if you were here, and take any final movements or stretches that your body may be wanting before we all come into our final resting pose. So again, a few options for this. You can come into your sort of traditional Shavasana, legs straight, arms by your side, palms face up. Options here to bring a cushion or pillow underneath the leg. This can be nice if you have any sensitivity in the lower back. Eases that a little bit. Another option is to bring the soles of the feet together and knees wide apart if you want to have a bit of a hip stretch. Or you can take opposite of this, bring the knees together, walking the feet apart, wider than hip width. So this one is also great on the lower back. If there's any tenderness there, just keeps it flush against the mat. So find what version of rest you'd like to take here. And once you are there, down your eyes or soften your gaze and fully grounded. Just let go of any more effort or control. Allow your breath to come to its natural rhythm. Allow the shoulders to grow heavy, the hips, feet, relax the jaw, full face. start to deep bring some micro movements into maybe then rolling over to one side and pausing here, finding send some gratitude to yourself for showing up for yourself. And then when you're ready, slowly push yourself up. And we will need to close our practice together with our seated position. Pull the arms up as seated. And exhale, release it out, palms to heart center. Two more time. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale. Exhale, release. Thank you so much for time and sharing space today and sharing your practice. Have a good day. If you have any questions, around, comments, anything. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a beautiful sleep tonight.